Hello and welcome to my channel. So in this reading, in this video, I'm going to be doing a reading for the week ahead. So looking at week ahead energies, looking at potential challenges, looking at like things to look forward to and how to navigate these energies. And I do just want to apologize a little bit late on this video. It's actually my birthday today, so I'm excited. I really wanted to do a video because I actually love doing this so much. So it's just a little bit late because things have been, chaotic because it's different, isn't it, when it's your birthday? So without further ado, I'm going to get straight into the reading, looking at the energy for this week, please. What is the, oh, hello. Two fell out there. Thank you. Okay, I'll keep those. I'll show you in a second. Love this already. I'm so excited to share it. Okay, one more card, please, for the energies of this week. Yes, nice. Okay, so I will show you what we have first. First of all, we have Ace of Discs. I'm not surprised to see this. I'm really feeling so much this new beginnings energy at the moment. Like it's a real theme that I've been seeing coming up. And yeah, so new beginnings in the realms of our material world. So that could be around finances, it could be around your career, it could be around your home. And planting a seed of something new in this arena this week. So we're going to start to see some of that coming through. Like for some of you, you've been thinking about this for some time, and maybe now it's taking action, like a small step towards that. Like not in a big way, but it's now like the fertilization of the seeds or something, if that makes sense. And then we've got this card again, which I saw over the weekend, which I love so much. Oh my gosh, I cannot even. So the last card. In traditional tarot, this is known as the Strength card. And in the Rider-Waite deck, it looks very different to how Aleister Crowley depicted strength. So he called it lust because he decided, well, in his mind, lust was real strength, meaning, like as I see it anyway, that our strength comes from like our lusty desire, And I think this is like, I feel like I'm talking about this because at the moment, I think there's a lot of people that I've been speaking to or seeing in general where there is this kind of like doubt energy and kind of not really embracing their full shameless desire for something, and like thinking that things aren't realistic or things they need to do something in a safe way. And I feel like this card is coming up a lot because it's very like, yeah, it's the ruler of this card is Leo. So if you think of Leo energy, if you know much about astrology, Leos are very like outspoken. They like attention. They like sort of what's the word? Like center of attention kind of thing. Like the person who's on stage is like, it's not, it doesn't have to be a Leo, but the point is like they're very much like they belong on the stage where everyone's watching and they're just like, yeah, look at me, like I'm awesome, right? And it's that kind of vibe. And that's where real strength actually comes from, this kind of like somewhat delusional self-belief and like just complete okayness with what you want and not being remotely afraid of it, if that makes sense. And then we've also got the Four of Cups, luxury. And I'm just like, yeah, lovely. So fours in tarot are usually a place of stability. So Four of Cups is like, yeah, things are feeling stable, feeling quite satisfied, a sense of satisfaction, and abundance as well. Like even though the Three of Cups is the abundance card, I do get abundance with luxury, right? Like maybe this week we're called to sort of like question and look into like what would be really satisfying for us. And again, this is a theme that I've been seeing a lot recently, this like, what is satisfying to you, what would be fulfilling for you. So when I look at all these three together, it does feel like it's sort of telling a bit of a story as well of like this a new beginning that's trying to emerge in your material world. And the way that we access it is by getting in touch with this energy, embodying this energy. Like really soak in the energy of this card. Really look at it like, what do you really want? And shamelessly go after it, essentially. Okay, so potential challenges for this week ahead for those watching. Okay, like just fell out of my hands. All right, one has just winked at me, so I wonder if that'll come back out. Let's see, shall we? Been doing this so much lately where they all just come out. All right, one more time. Come on. Let's stop being silly. Potential challenges, please. Okay, there it is. Okay, so here we have, oh God, Princess of Discs. I feel like with all of this Gemini energy that we've got at the moment, so we've got Venus has just moved into Gemini, Jupiter has just moved into Gemini. Sorry, the hair in my mouth. The Sun is in Gemini. Mercury is about to move into Gemini. So we've got loads of Gemini energy right now, and we've had a huge injection of it. And I feel like, especially with Gemini as an air sign, it's the more chaotic because it's a mutable sign. So mutable energy is very sort of like flexible, adaptable, willing to change, changing of the seasons. Gemini going into Cancer is like going from the end of spring into summer. So it's like things are changing, things are shifting. So with this being here in the challenges, it feels to me like maybe it is quite hard to be grounded and practical right now, which I do feel like is very much the case. Like it might be a struggle to want to do things in a very grounded way, or that it might just be hard to feel grounded because of all of this sort of shifting of energies that we've had recently, and it can be quite destabilizing. So, best part of the week ahead. For those watching, hello. 3 fell out. Too many. I think it's too many. See if one of those comes back out. Best part of the week, please. That actually was in that, so I will take that. So this is interesting. This is quite a contrast. Here we've got 8 of Discs, Prudence. So this card often speaks of, it's a very hard-working card, okay? So it's the Sun in Virgo. I don't know if you could see that little glyph there, but that's the Virgo glyph. Attending to details. So interesting that we've got, on the one hand, potential challenges maybe being grounded, but on the other hand, I don't feel like it's necessarily saying that it's going to be easier to work hard, but it's like your hard work is paying off, because this is in the sort of best part of the week. So it's like your hard work is paying off. That's what it really feels like, actually. Like you're going to start to reap the rewards of the seeds that you have already planted from a different time, and you're now seeing that coming into fruition, which is really nice. Yeah. And I'm really feeling that personally as well, like definitely seeing things of like, like the seed I planted like 6 months ago is now like kind of happening, and like really seeing that. I'd be curious if that's coming up for you as well. Let me know in the comments. Okay, guidance for this week ahead. Oh, the sun's coming out now. It looks really lovely in here. How to navigate this week ahead, please. Ah, nice. Queen of Wands. Now, okay, this is interesting because even though these two cards are not the same, I often feel like they have a similar rhyme. So like actually when you look at cards, like you see like, oh, there's correspondences between them. So it's interesting that we've got this in the general energies and we've got this in the how to navigate the energy. And it does feel very much like wands to me and fire to me, because wands is fire, speaks of like passion, of desire, of not being cool, right? Because if you think about it, fire is hot. So it's like you're not sort of being cool about stuff, you're being like kind of uncool. Does that make sense? Like, you know, when you want something, you just like, you just so open about it. It's like, it's not very cool, but it's like, who cares about being cool? Like, I don't know, like there's something, I hope this is sort of making sense, because it's like, don't be cool about what you want, be hot about what you want, like be passionate, like express your passion, show your enthusiasm, like being that energy, and like, yeah, just like expressing your whole uncool passionate self is like the calling this week. Being sort of like extra, if that makes sense. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some more cards from the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And as always, if you like either of these decks, the first deck is the Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot deck, and the other deck is also in the link in the description below. So just for some additional guidance and how to navigate this week ahead. The other thing I should say as well, just astrologically speaking, there are some things going on, but it's nowhere near as much as we have had. And I feel like for me, it is going to be a bit of a taking it easier week in general. And I think we've really, really needed this, honestly, because it's just been amazing and I've loved it, but intense. And like intensity means like sometimes you do just also need to like integrate things a bit more, you know, like yes, I feel like we need to sort of just be shameless in our desire, but it doesn't mean there's not like loads of wands here either. It's like, it doesn't mean you have to take action and like push and push and push. It's not that kind of thing. It's more just like loving life, if that makes sense. Okay, so some more guidance, please. Okay, take these, thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay, so first of all, we've got deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Yeah. Yeah, so this came up over the weekend as well. For some of you, there is some healing that needs to be done in order to get in touch with this sort of shameless energy. And I keep saying shameless because it's literally to be free of shame, to want things because you want them, and to be completely okay and not feel like it's silly or like unrealistic or like grandiose. Like Gemini and Sagittarius don't care about whether something's realistic or practical. They just like, you know what I mean? Like that's really the vibe at the moment. So if that's really hard for you to access, there is something here about like maybe looking for some healing modalities to help you get in touch with that energy. And then we've got here a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And I love this so much. It's like, there's a real need at the moment to just like keep holding on to what your dream is, like dreaming in this new way of being, dreaming in this new world, and like trusting that you can have it. And I feel like I say this all the time, but it's because there is still so many of us that just don't believe that what we actually want is possible. And honestly, like even thinking about it just like breaks my heart, because it's like, you can, if you like you actually can. Like it's the stories that we have learned and the conditioning that needs to be let go of to realize like we can just do the things that we like. We don't have to do the jobs that we don't like. We don't have to be in the relationships we don't want to be in. Like nothing is stopping us except our conditioning and trauma, like a lot of the time. And that's maybe where the work is, you know. So yeah, keep holding the vision for what, if you can visualize it, then it can happen, right? So yeah, that's important. Get one more message. Oh, 2, 3. Oh God, here we go. Okay, probably a few too many. Let me just pop those back. One message, please, for those watching. I mean, jump in. Andromedian energy, adventure, say yes to change. If this was, I mean, could this be more Sagittarius, honestly? So, adventure. Sagittarius is very, like we just had the full moon in Sagittarius. That's why I'm bringing it up, because it's been a big theme recently. It's all about the adventure, saying yes to the adventure. What adventure has been calling you recently? Saying yes to it and saying yes to change. Change is Gemini. Gemini, Sag, like a freedom, adventure, travel, the mind being quick, moving, adaptable. Like, yeah, saying yes, trusting that what you want wants you, jumping in, taking the leap. Like, what I'm hearing is like, and if it, even if it didn't work out, which I don't think is the case, you can always go back to what you were doing. So why not just try it? Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of, let's say it's a job or something and you're like, oh, I just don't really like this job and I don't really want to do it. And then like there's something else that's like kind of calling to you and you like take the leap and you say yes to that. Well, even if that didn't work out, you can always go back to what you were doing. So why not try and just do it anyway and see what happens? It's that kind of energy. It might not manifest as a job for you, but it's that kind of thing of like there's no real risk because you could just go back if you wanted to, if that makes sense. So say yes, jump in, keep holding the vision, and do the healing that allows you to access this energy if you're really struggling with all of this kind of like shameless fire, desire energy, and getting grounded, seeing your hard work paying off this week. Ooh, yeah, nice. Really love this. Okay, I think that's everything for this reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was insightful. As always, if you did like this video, liking it is really great. Lets me know that you're enjoying the content and commenting your sort of thoughts on it as well. And if you don't know what to comment, just leave a little, what should we leave? You know, that crystal ball emoji, leave that crystal ball to let me know that it resonated for you or that you enjoyed it. So thank you so much. Have a marvelous rest of the week. I'll be back some point this week anyway, obviously, but just in case I don't see you, have a marvelous week and I'll see you all later. Mwah.